off the top of the dome. So I'm going over my levels for next week. I still see the market bullish. Okay, can we make new highs by the end of the month? Who fucking knows? Can we make highs by June? Who knows? Not me. So what I'm seeing is, look at this strong weekly candle close. Let me turn the ray on. Look at the strong, wait, wrong candle. Okay, look at that weekly candle close above this bullish candle. Okay, I see this candle and I see consolidation. It's not strong, it's not whatever. But look at this candle. Came down, tested this area, and was like, nope, not today, fucko. Came back up, closed above. This week that just passed, same thing. Came back down, tested this area, nope, shot up, bull, right? So let's dive in a little deeper. Okay, look at this candle here, off the dome, boom, closed above it hard. So look, just to kind of follow along, this is what I see. Came up, a higher low. This is a low, higher low, right? Came up, came down, came up, a higher high from this regular high. It is at a level where I do like, and I do see this coming up, tapping here. Can it be a double top, double bottom, double whatever the fuck pattern? Who knows? But for sure, if you see this level had a reaction to where once it came up to this level, took quite a bit of time from breaking it to coming back and retesting it. It shot the fuck down, bro. A lot. So I am thinking, if there is sellers here, they're passive sellers, um, defending this area like fucking, the beaches of Normandy. Who knows? So I don't even know what the beaches of Normandy was, but I know it was some kind of war thing. Anyways, if it comes up here and it can test this area again, hold, I'd expect it to come back, maybe test this level. This is another solid support area and a solid resistance area. Because look, here's support, and then this is resistance, but it broke through it already. So we're kind of in like no man's land, but the no man's land looks bullish. So if it comes and tests up here, who knows? Come Monday, it could fucking just jump up to here already. Jump, boom, couple points, and then we still got to keep an eye on it. Whatever. Who knows what it does, right? But that's what I do know, is that that's what I see. So I like to mark off these levels that are the previous day levels, right? Previous day high, previous day low, right? And maybe something like this. Because look, this kind of looks kind of weird. So why not mark it off? And I get in deeper. Hey yo, same point, but fuck going on. Then again, see, I clean it up. Clean it up. This is what I did do last week, but I kind of didn't, and I fucked up. So you got to realize that passive orders are a thing, especially with order flow. Now that I could see that, okay, yeah, they're here, or no, they're not here. So when when the price jumped up here, when the price came here, there was something here that said, "Nah, you can't go down. I'm gonna break this shit up." So it came up, stopped here. That's a support resistance area. Danced around here for a little bit. Came up, broke past this level, right? Hard. Boom. Came back, tested it. Then from this level, boom, jumped up. It didn't quite get to this area again. But you can't look at resistance, support and resistance like one solid area, one solid price line. You have to look at it like a generalized area. Does it have to be fucking like does it have to be 40 points like this shit? Nah. You can make it smaller, but you got to keep an eye out for what it is, you know? You got to keep an eye out for the general area. So look, You can do it something like around that, where it it came up here, this general area, nah, rejected. Came up again, tried to test it, general area, came back down, tested it, tested that low, came back up, tested the area, boom, came back. It didn't want to go lower. So buyers are present, right? So since buyers are present, it's been bullish, right? Can you draw a trend line and all that? Maybe in smaller time frames. I don't fucking know. I don't do that. But you got to see, like, okay, how is the market looking? Look at this. Look at this fucking jump. But look at also this area. Look at this area of price action. It took a while. Try to break up above. Nah, it took a while. Came back down. Try to come back down. Nah, but there was probably some buyers here, whatever. Got out, liquidated, fucking accumulated, and then fucking breaked up,
Hey
and
yo,
then
what
boom.
the
But nah,
fuck?
it still held that area. Came back down, back to test this area, and boom, shot up again. Came back down, tested that area, right? Tested that area, and then just kept flying. So does it could you have marked a couple of these levels inside these areas and made major buku? Yeah, of course. Just for example, look. So going back to the day, remember I marked my day first, right? And I don't like too far back just yet. Okay, just look, easy little strategy. Mark my day high, day low, and something that I kind of see where it looks off. Look at this. I marked something in the one behind. Okay, so we got in closer. Remember, and we got in closer to clean up the lines. Okay,
Perfect.
that's that's good, solid areas. Okay, so is it the previous day? No. Can you mark the previous day? Yeah, just move it. Look, the 20, the second, the first, the second. I would give more power to this because it's earlier. And even here, I would give more power to that because it's earlier and it's still in this general area, right? Even a little higher. I would do maybe this level. Because look at my crosshairs, okay? How many times does it get touched? It gets touched. You know what I mean? Hey yo. So shot up, came here, came down to here. That's another area you can mark. Okay. Because look, it came up, came down, tried to come up again. I would mark this as a high. Because look, you can mark this as a high, but this got tested. That's a new high. I would just mark that, right? Came back down. And this area looks like there was some fighting in here. So it looks kind of like it's trailing down. Again, it could come when it opens, when market opens, it could come back, test any one of these areas. It can even go fucking lower, test all the way down here. Who knows? But you mark these areas first. So, say where this has happened to me, I don't know if it's happened to you, but say market opens and you have your areas marked off and it's fucking clean. You clean them and you're like, oh, okay, if market price comes here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then fucking when it opens, it shoots up and you don't have anything marked and price is right here. And it's like, what the fuck? So, what you do in that situation is you go further back, right? You go further back. And this is why a lot of people don't like to trade all time highs because you're like, what the fuck? What do I do? You know what I mean? But if it's bullish, then just go bullish. Don't overcomplicate it where you have to look to the left and be like, I don't know what to do, and just fucking just mark off a couple levels. It doesn't have to be too crazy. Does it have to be any of these? And yeah, it could be whichever one. It doesn't matter. It's just a general idea. And when price gets closer to where it's gonna be, then that's when you can be like, okay, fucking I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you can kind of you can kind of make better assumptions. But can price when it opens just fucking have a mean old green candle and look at this move? Can it have a mean old green candle and come up super high? Yeah, of course. It can, especially around these areas. Look at all this volatility where it just shot down. It could hold, it could shoot down, come into this little all green area and then shoot back up. Could come into this gap where it filled here, but look at this area is not filled at all. You know, we might not be ready for a full move back up. We can be still. This can be technically a retrace to keep the market going lower, test this level, you got to zoom out in higher time frames and see what the price movement looks like in the overall time frame. You know what I mean? So you see that low, up, low. Can it go up? Yes. Can it be a little retrace? Like something like this, where you think it's gonna go up to the highs again? Nah, not yet. And look, it fucking rallies down. It did a big up again. Nah, not yet. Boom. So you never know, bro. Right now we're bullish, but can this still go lower? Yeah, you know, especially with all this tariff shit and all this and that. The U.S. economy is strong, but now you're getting into economics but this is the kind of stuff you gotta kind of get into, and I'm learning all this stuff too. So um, when you just see it from what it is, like the price action, for me, I see what does it look like? Look at this little draw move, how it went down, down, down. Look at this. You think it's just gonna come straight up to the make fucking highs again? Who knows? You never know. But it's most likely to still keep coming down. You know, but because this move was hard down, so we need a hard move up and a little test again, and then hard move up, little test again. Like here, it's coming up. It didn't just fucking shoot up like how this is doing right here, where it's like think of it like a water gun. Back in the day, you pump the water gun, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, and then what do? You squeeze the trigger, and then the water releases. But after you pump, and this is how I see it. It's pumping, 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 and then it shoots up nice right there. Here this could be a little pump pump thing too. Because this was another little pump 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 pump, and then it shot down. So you you have to kind of come at the market like that. Okay, maybe in the higher time frames that, like, yeah, it's bullish, but can you see bearish moves? Of course. Am I just talking shit? Of course. Who knows? You know what I mean? But did I pass two fucking funded accounts? Yes, I did. So maybe I know what I'm talking about a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe the hours of fucking headaches and work that I've been doing aren't for nothing. So I try to keep this shit as simple as possible. So depending on what the market does tomorrow, I mark off the levels and I see what Asia. Oh, no, no, no. I see what is the first market that opens? Fucking Sydney, and then Japan, and then the London. Then I see what all that does until the U.S. market opens, and once the U.S. market opens, then I make a decision. 8 o'clock. Well, not 8 o'clock, but well, yeah. When I wake up, 8 o'clock trading day, Monday morning, I already know. Okay, the market was bullish. Oh shit. Okay, now, or it was bearish. Okay, it was bearish. Like on Friday. It was bearish. Oh, okay. When was Friday? What the fuck? Where's my calendar? The second. Okay, I marked it off the first. The first right here. I marked it off around here. Wait, was it right here? Yeah, last night. Not last night, but in the night, I marked it off here. I saw it did this. I saw it came this, but look at what it did during the night. See when it came around here, how it pushed hard here, but it didn't, and then it came up, pushed up here. I should have seen right here. Look, like, well, during eight there was news, whatever. I didn't trade that, but I wanted to click in to get in, whatever, whatever. But I should have known. Fuck, the bulls are here. But this is things that will come over time. You can't just rush this shit. I saw it was it was like in muddy water trying to fucking just climb down, but it wasn't climbing down like this. Price action. This was taking forever. So you could have seen, like, even bulls are here trying to push the price up. Here there was accumulation trying to fake people out. Now it's gonna go down again. Whatever, but it didn't, and fucking it just shot up, bro. And I missed a lot of good trades, bro, being short bias and fucking not going with the trend. But hey, we learned. I caught something. I caught some moves,
Stop the cap.
some good moves, some bad moves. But anyways, we learn and we follow the trend because you want to catch the big fucking moves, not the
I need
little
the
bitchy
max
moves.
win.
These little bitch moves. You want these big,
I
big,
need the
big moves.
max
Just
win.
find yourself good entries, like jumping a rope. Jump like the double dutch. If you ever seen them double dutch or jump rope or whatever, you want to time your entry perfect. Because if not, you'll get hit and then your face will fucking hit the concrete and you lose a tooth. You know what I mean? But anyways, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. Drop comments, I'll answer questions or whatever. You know what I mean? Hit me up. Peace.